All right, let's just jump right into it. We all know this feeling, right? That feeling of being stuck. And it's not because you don't have talent or you're not ambitious. Nope. It's because you're waiting. Just waiting. Waiting for some sign, some green light. But here's the thing. What if that green light isn't coming from out there?
So let me ask you, and be honest with yourself, are you waiting? Like right now, in this moment, is there something you're dying to do, something you want to build, maybe someone you want to become, but you're just kind of paused? It's super common, we've all been there, but it's not where we're supposed to be. So let's dig into that. What does that waiting actually feel like?
Yeah, and it's not some vague, fuzzy feeling, is it? No way. It's super specific. It's that feeling that someone else holds the keys to your car, you know? You're waiting to be chosen for the team, waiting for that investor to finally say yes, waiting for some expert or mentor to tap you on the shoulder and go, okay, now you're ready. We're literally handing over the starting pistol to someone else.
And all of that leads us straight into what I like to call the permission trap. And it's sneaky. It's this deep confusion between needing permission to start and actually being prepared to start. We think getting that big yes from someone else is a necessary step on the path. But here's the twist. It's not a step. It's the roadblock.
Okay, so deep down, at the very core of this whole permission trap, there's this huge lie. A lie we've all bought into about confidence. It's this myth, this fairy tale that one day we're just gonna wake up, the sun will be shining, and poof, we'll feel ready. Like confidence is some package that gets delivered to your door, and then you can finally get started. And this right here, this is the whole game. We have it completely 100% backward. On the one side, you've got the lie. Confidence comes first, then you take action. But the truth? It's the total opposite. Action comes first. Action is what creates confidence. Think about that. Confidence isn't the fuel you need to start the car. It's the exhaust that comes out once you're already driving.
And you know what? Let's get real. That first action, it's never going to be smooth. It's supposed to feel awkward and uncomfortable. I mean, think about it. That first rep at the gym when you don't know what you're doing. The first blog post you publish, you feel so exposed. That first pitch just feels forced and fake. And oh man, that first no, it feels so personal, right? The risk feels a million times bigger than it actually is. But listen, that's not a sign you're failing. That's just the price of admission. That's the cost to get in the door.
Which brings us to a really important idea, the price of progress. Because if you truly want to grow, if you want to level up, you have to pay a price. There's a currency, but it's not what you think. It's not applause, it's not a million followers, it's not even money.
The price is not applause, it's discomfort. Let that sink in. Progress doesn't need a cheering crowd. It needs you to be willing to sit with that feeling of being a beginner, of being messy and unpolished and just not sure. That feeling, that's your compass. That's the signal telling you you're heading in the right direction.
So what does that discomfort even feel like? What's the texture of it? Well, I can tell you, real progress isn't neat and tidy. It's messy. It always feels inconvenient, right? It shows up when you're already swamped. It feels raw, totally unpolished. Because, well, it is. And here's the big one. It actively interrupts the version of you that just wants to stay safe, the you that's clinging to the couch.
I love this quote. The person you are trying to become will always offend the person you have been. Just sit with that for a second. The future you, the stronger you, the more courageous you, is a direct threat to the current you. The you that loves comfort, the you that has all the good excuses. So of course there's going to be a fight inside. Of course there's going to be resistance.
And what's our response when we feel that resistance? One word. Good. Perfect. That internal tug-of-war, that little voice of your old self getting all nervous, that's not a warning sign. That is literally the sound of progress. That's the proof you're finally breaking free.
Okay, so if waiting for permission from the outside world is the trap, then what's the key to get out? The real green light, the only one that actually matters, it doesn't come from your boss or an investor or your parents. It comes from you.
Look, you don't need one more person to give you permission to start that business. You don't need permission to leave that job that's draining your soul. You just need a decision, a real one. That's it. That's the only thing that starts the engine.
So what do I mean by a real decision? Because it's not just saying, oh, I'd like to do that someday. It's a commitment, a deep one. It's the thing you still do even when it gets boring and repetitive. It's the thing you stand up for when that voice of doubt in your head gets really, really loud.
And maybe most importantly, it's the promise you keep to yourself, even when no one else is watching or clapping for you.
So how do you make a decision like that? Well, you start by changing the questions you ask yourself. It's a total game changer. We're swapping out the old questions for new ones. So instead of asking, do they approve of this, you ask, is this the right direction for me? Instead of waiting and wondering, is it the perfect time, you get honest and ask, am I done wasting time? See what that does? It yanks the power away from out there and puts it right back where it belongs, inside of you.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important piece of this puzzle. As you start doing this, making decisions, taking action, please don't wait around for some big ceremony. Your next level doesn't show up with a fancy invitation in the mail.
There's no ceremony, there's no certificate, no one is going to walk up and announce, congratulations, you have officially reached the next level. It doesn't work like that. There's just a quiet moment, a choice, a moment where you either keep waiting or you decide to move.
So here's the plan. Here's your roadmap, right now. Step 1, you start long before you feel polished. Step 2, you speak up before you feel like everyone gets it. Step 3, you start building before you have all the support you think you need. And step 4, this is crucial. You move before your fear gets another chance to vote.
Because this is where progress lives. It's not found in getting validation. It's not found in feeling certain. It lives in the discomfort. It lives in the repetition. It lives in that real decision. Progress lives in the work.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question to think about. What is that one thing, that one important thing that your comfort zone, your weaker habits, are desperately trying to get you to delay? Because figuring that out and then taking that first messy, awkward step, that isn't just a step. That's the beginning of everything.